What's up, everyone? Peti Kish Hun here with another topic. Today is a real bummer, really bad one. It hurts me, especially as a Capcom fan. I enjoyed their games over the years. They're very fun, probably one of my favorite Japanese studios out there. But I've been criticizing them for years about their business strategies, how greedy they were with some microtransactions and, you know, some skins that were really expensive, especially in like Street Fighter and stuff, and also their bad optimization of some games. That could also be why DRM, Denavo, as well as their stance about anti-mods, all that, and as well how they just don't listen to the fans. And people are really, really upset about this right now at this moment. So what they're doing right now is Western localization. So what they're doing is they're getting a team together. They're hiring people from the West in Japan. I think it's Osaka, Japan. They're getting these Westerners. They're trying to get that Western market, so it's more appealing to them. But they don't know, the people that work there in Japan, they don't understand that a lot of these people that are translators and a lot of that come over are a small group that don't represent all of the West. They are most of the time just activists and people that don't represent most of what the West thinks. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna do a cultural sensitivity change, promoting inclusivity through language and representation. That is the whole thing they're trying to do right now, which we are going to be reading this article and checking out all the points of each one to see what it actually means. When I see this, it's a giant censorship, if you think about it. And I really don't like where this is going. So we're going to be reading this article, guys. But before we do that, I'd love if you guys could like, share, sub, follow on this channel. I really appreciate if you can do that. It really would help. And I would thank you very much. All right, guys, let's get into this article ahead about why Capcom has been doing this. They're just starting this. This is a new thing. So let's see why they're doing this. So I'm on Bonding Into Comics. There's a lot of different article places I'll be referencing in this video. So this article says, Capcom attempts to run PR for Western localizers. Praises in-house team for keeping games cultural, sensitive, and promoting inclusivity through language and representation.
Fuck.
In yet again, throwing their hat into the ongoing discourse surrounding Western localizers' continual disrespecting of Japanese media, rather than committing to ensure accuracy within their own localization team's work. Capcom has instead attempted to put positive spin on some of the industry's worst practices. This is gonna be upsetting, especially now I see there's Street Fighter in here, there's Resident Evil, there's so many good Capcom games, Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, the list goes on and on. There's so many good titles. And seeing this really does upset me. It really does. This is gonna hurt Capcom than actually help them. I hope, you know, they are listening right now to the fans. Capcom understands what is going on. It's not good to get these groups of people now from the West. It's better to just maybe just use random translators, maybe use AI in some sort of way, because these people are just going to change the whole thing. They're not going to make it one-to-one at all. Doesn't make no sense, but here we go. Entering the fray on April 11th by way of lengthy post published to the official Twitter account of their own in-house localization team. The Resident Evil and Mega Man series developer began their PR play by asserting to players localization isn't just about translating words, it's about adapting the game for a global audience. So now we're going global, guys. A global audience. the modern global audience. We have to have a game meant for everyone. A game made for everyone is a game made for no one. You can't please everyone. That is the worst thing to do, is pleasing everyone. People need to understand this, and companies need to understand this too. This won't please everyone. This will hurt everyone in the long run. This is not to please everyone. This is to destroy everyone's fun and just completely lose the essence of where Capcom started, how good their games were, even back in the 80s and 90s. Think cultural nuisance, IDMs, and regional flair. A good localization makes players feel right at home, wherever in the world they are. Okay, so here it is, the Capcom Twitter. There you go, Capcom Localization Team. They have their own team now. What is localization? Embark on a global adventure through the lens of game localization. Beyond more translation, we're diving into the art of cultural adaptation, preserving context, and inclusive storytelling. Join us as we unravel the intricacies and make games resonate worldwide. So here we go, the first one. Not just translating. Then what the heck is a localization? Translating. They're not just doing that. It's more. It's right there. It's more than just translating. I'm saying this is more than just translating. They want to put their own ideologies into these games, into these media platforms. It's right there. The importance of context, lost in translation. Nah, preserving the vibe is key. Jokes, references, and even gameplay elements might need a little cultural remix. It's important to find that sweet spot to make sure players get the intended experience without feeling like something got lost in the process. Fuck that shit. It's not funny and it's not cool. That sounds horrible. That sounds stupid. Why do you need to put this in? It gives me a bad vibe. Bringing the linguistic gap. Each language has its unique structure and cultural context. Our teams work to ensure the narrative and the dialogue maintain coherence and emotional impact. It's not just about words, it's about capturing the essence of the story in a way that resonates with the target audience. Okay, so if it's an impactful thing in Japanese, they start screaming and they're mad, I want to see that emotion in English, but it's the same translation. Why is that hard? I could see that, that's fine. But I don't know why you need to bring that up. People have been translating for years, and that's what the emotion, if there's an angry emotion, if there's a sad emotion, if there's a happy emotion, it's in the Japanese context. It's in there. You see the face motion of the characters too. And then if you just translate that to English, it should be the same. Why is that hard? You don't even need to bring that up, to be honest. You don't have to talk about that. Cultural sensitivity in characters. Characters' design and development must be cultural sensitive. What? What the fuck? Oh my gosh. What may be acceptable in one culture might be offensive in the other. Boo-hoo. Localization play a crucial role in ensuring that characters are relatable and respectful and avoiding stereotypes or other references that could be perceived as negative in specific cultures. Oh my gosh. Dude, Street Fighter literally has stereotyped characters and people love Street Fighter. No one gives a fuck about that shit. No one cares. No one cares. There's always going to be stereotype and no one's offended. No one gives a crap. This is pissing me off just reading this. It's so stupid. Okay, here's one thing. You know, Spider-Man 2, I think, in like America or the Western culture, they had the pride flags in the game. But in like Arab nations, the pride stuff and all that, they are not fans of that. So in the game, in the Arab version, they took out the pride flags out of the game. Why was that even in the game in the first place? Like, it's just an extra layer. There's so many dumb layers that shouldn't be put in there. We don't want these political agendas in our games. We don't want this stupid things in there. Speaking about rainbow, there's a rainbow right there. Inclusive language and representation. There we go, guys. I feel way better now I see that rainbow. Localization efforts extend to promoting inclusivity through language and representation. This involves adapting not only the figuristic aspects, but also addressing gender-specific language, cultural norms, and diverse perspectives. The aim is to create an immersive experience where players from different backgrounds can identify with the character and narrative. This can be very challenging for certain languages due to grammar. Okay, let me just go back here. What the bullshit is this? Also addressing gender-specific language. Gender-specific language.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So male and female. So if there's a female character, she's going to sound like a female. And if it's a male character, it's going to sound like a male, right? Why the hell is that even there to even mention? The creative mind that's making the game, the director himself, the visionary, I want him as is in the game. I don't want it. If he wants gay characters or he wants more diversity, go for it. That's what his main thing is. But if he can't do because people tell him that's not allowed, then that game is going to be asked, because I want the vision of what the director has in mind. The creativity of what he wants to promote, what kind of worlds he wants to build, what characters he wants to tell. Show me that. Don't show me because we gotta, check these boxes off. Because that's not the way to tell stories. That's not the way to create awesome characters. It doesn't have to be relatable. It never really has to be related to you in any sort of way. It's nice if it's relatable to you in some way, but it really doesn't. Some of these game characters are bigger than life. They're fantasy characters. They're not real. So I don't want me to be represented in the game whatsoever. I'm fine of being like a heroic character, a strong character, sort of character like that. But you don't need to push this. This is just dumb. There's like so many things here that are common sense that really don't need to be addressed. Adapting humor with wits. Humor often relies on cultural references and wordplay, making it a challenging aspect of game localization. Translators must carefully navigate puns, jokes, and cultural references to maintain intended comedic effect. This requires a deep understanding of the target audience sense of humor while staying true to the original wit. Okay, yes, but you see that also in Hollywood. There's no comedies these days because everything is offensive. So comedy is completely gone out the window. Comedy is dead. Point about comedy is to offend other people. It's sometimes the funniest shit because usually comedy is truth. And that's why it's funny, because it's true. Why do you see all these comedians come out on stage and people laugh at them, all that? And the greatest comedians are usually the people that tell the truth and how it is. That's why. You gotta like filter out what to say and what not to say. This is gonna offend someone. This is not gonna. It's like, there's no comedy then. There's no comedy. Nothing's funny no more because you're gonna be trying to filter out and not offend people. It's stupid. Persistence in terminology. Maintaining consistency in terminology is crucial for a smooth and coherent gaming experience. This applies not only to translating words, but also to ensure that games, mechanics, instructions, and lore are consistently represented across languages. Establishing a cohesive language system helps prevent confusion and enhances the overall gaming experience in players worldwide. That's fine. Translating everything and understanding what the lore is, what these characters are, what they're talking about, all that. That's mechanics, language, all that. Yeah, this is fine. This is all good. So this is what their Twitter is. They're trying to go worldwide. They're trying to be culture sensitive and trying to represent everyone. See how that goes, right? Turning to address the complaint that many Western localizers tend to overwrite a given title's Japanese identity in favor of appealing to a larger audience. I'm okay with one-to-one the source material. I don't want to change and adapt to a different kind of translation or some sort of different thing. No, translators do is translate. You translate as close as possible to the original thing. You can't change around the words. It wouldn't make no sense. I swear, if Devil May Cry 6 gets a thing where Dante's like, he puts his sword down and he gets like, I can't do this no more. I can't fight demons no more. I need someone to take over for me. And he doesn't give it to Nero. He gives it to like a new girl character or something, because now she is representing Devil May Cry. Like, I swear that's gonna be the day when I'm like, I'm done. Because you can't have a Devil May Cry game without Dante. He is the essence of the game. He's the main protagonist. You can't have it. You can have all these side characters. That's cool and all. They're awesome. Play around with them, do different story arcs. But changing the essence of what it is, that's when it goes downhill from there. From there, Capcom moved to run defense for the ever-increasing trend of video games being censored out of differences for the feelings of the most extreme of Western social political activists, arguing for players. Character design and development must be cultural sensitive. There we go. It's all adding up. Interestingly, as noted above, this is not the first time Capcom, whose own history of international censorship includes covering up Ashley and Ada's default outfits in Resident Evil 4 Remake, editing out Japanese rising sun imagery from E Honda's stage in the Capcom's Fighting Collection released on Street Fighter 2, and completely removing Armika's butt slap. Damn, why would they do that?
Why?
From her Super Arts animation, Street Fighter 5, has attempted to run defense for their localization practices. A lot of countries don't like that stuff. But in America and other places, they like just put it out there, everyone to, say it out loud with their chest that I'm gay and I'm proud and I'm here to stay. Like, they always do that, and no one gives a fuck no more. No one cares who you're sleeping with, You should just keep that to yourself. There's the butt smack. They took out the butt smack of Armika. How dare they take out the butt smack? That was hilarious. Awesome. Shout out to Bonnie Into Comics. They retweeted me of what I said about this whole thing. So I said, I've been a fan of Capcom games for years and have criticized their business strategies on how out of touch they were with fans, with greediness and anti-mod DRM and just pure ignorance. This is how you destroy your games and fans. With woke translators, this is not a good look. So I'm on their Twitter right now for the Capcom localization show. I also commented on it. So I said, Capcom, don't do this. We just want the same one-to-one localization like it was by the creative minds working on the games, not to be altered and changed. This will just offend your fan base and consumers. It will destroy your company in the future run. Nobody wants to see this. I hope Capcom or someone sees this. You have to have your voice heard. Say something about this. Capcom's just gonna step on us. All of the people that love what they've been doing. You want Capcom to go back to the golden age, the games that they used to be, kings of. There is so much potential in Capcom, what they're doing with their games. They got, I think, one of the best engines right now, the RE engine. One of my favorites, I think. It looks so cool. I love the animations. I love everything that they do with those games for the developing of those games with that engine. It's so cool. But this is not the way to go. Another article I found, that Park Place, they also put this. Capcom goes full woke. Reveals its localization team alters video games for cultural adaptation, preserving context, inclusive storytelling. There you go. So here's Grums. Breaking, Capcom goes full woke in their localization, changing characters, gameplay, and more for DEI. Or another name they've been trying to promote recently is Bridge. Bridge is more a severe version of DEI. It's a stronger push of DEI. Osaka-based localization team, which is full of Westerners in localization who are extremely left-leaning and control the narrative. Capcom, there it is. Grums has been hitting out of the park. He's getting banned off a lot of places because about what he's finding all in the open. It's just companies and people don't want him to find all these things. But it's insane what's going on here with Capcom. It's very sad that this is happening now, and it's upsetting. It is. From moving forward, for me personally, I wouldn't buy these games at day one. I'll wait for a really, like a huge cheap sale. Maybe I'll get it and check it out. And then again, also the plus of it too, you don't really own the game, because with the DRM and all that and everything else, you really don't own the game. You saw that with the Ubisoft. They took off the crew. You don't own the game no more. What did Ubisoft say? Gamers need to get happy not owning their games and just playing them. You don't own anything. You won't own anything and you'll be happy. There it is. That's what we're talking about. All right, guys. What do you think overall about this whole thing, about Capcom and this issue they're having? Another thumbs down for Capcom, what they've been doing. It's really sad, especially for me. When I heard about this, it really triggered me. It really upset me to see Capcom going this route. You saw this with Sega. You saw this with Square Enix. And now even Nintendo's getting into this as well. Nintendo was pretty much the last hope, I think. One of the biggest ones out there in Japan, But they're trying to find groups in Nintendo America and all that. It was just upsetting for me to even talk about this today in this video. But what do you guys think overall? Do you think this is a bad thing? Do you think this is a good thing? Just let me know in the comments below. I thank you so much, guys, for watching this long. And if you didn't like this video, I still thank you for watching this long. Either way. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, all.